I want to introduce you to fantastic mentors. We have Gina Carr. Gina is an entrepreneur, speaker, and marketing consultant who works with thought leaders, speakers, authors, and CEOs to leverage social media marketing for more publicity, profits, and success. Combining her street smarts business operating, her book smarts learned at Harvard Business School and Georgia Tech, Gina helps business owners turn great ideas into profitable money-making machines. Gina is known as the tribe builder, helping passionate people build powerful tribes of raving fans for their business or non-profit. And her partner in crime, Terry Brock. Both of them are MBAs, by the way. Terry's a CSP and also a CPAE, which is a recognition of peers in the US, and we only have one person in Australia that holds that certification as well, and that's our own Melbourne-based Leslie Guinness-Smith. It's nice to see you, Colin. Terry Brock, Gina's partner in crime today, is known internationally in the Global Speakers Federation and with the National Speakers Association in America. He knows how to take technology, social media, and marketing ideas to help speakers, authors, and coaches achieve bottom-line results and have fun. He's the former chief enterprise blogger for Skype and former editor-in-chief for AT&T's huge business blog of over 100 authors. So we hope you enjoy today as Gina and Terry give us a short presentation on Klout, and at the end we'll be hand it over to you, and I'm going to mute us at our end.
All right. Very good. Well, we welcome you and are delighted to be with you today. And by the way, I think I can hear you right now from there. I want to be able to hear you. A round of applause for Donna Hanson and all the good work she has done. Yeah, let's do that now. She has done a fabulous job. I'm not hearing you, but I think you might have the mic. There we go. Excellent. All right. Well, we are having some wonderful things. By the way, right now, for those of you that are techie, look what we are doing. We have had some challenges with the video and with that. And so what we've done is we work around it and we're having fun. We're using ScreenFlow and Keynote here to show slides, and we can move it back. So it's like, no matter what they throw at us, we're going to make it happen. Look out. Here we go. So y'all ready to have some fun? I'm thinking that's a yes. We might be muted over there. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about Klout. Now you might wonder, what is Klout? Well, we're going to tell you that Klout is one of the most important things that you as a speaker, as a thought leader, an author need to know about, because today you can get a lot of business that way and a lot more too. Matter of fact, there's a whole lot going on. And I got to tell you, we've got some people that are looking at the book that we're doing. Notice that, by the way, the shameless plug here for the book that we have. But people like Randy Gage, I know some of you know Randy Gage is doing it, but we're especially proud of an endorsement we have from a young man named Winston Marsh, who says that somewhere in cyberspace, a god looked down on this busy world to decide who should explain yet another mystifying social media innovation with the unerring wisdom of a god. Gina Carr and Terry Brock were chosen to explain the simple, unvarnished facts about Klout to make it work for us. They've done that and then some. Read the book, understand Klout, and go for it. It's easy now. And I think we have that young man there with us now. So a round of applause to Winston Marsh as well right now. And we're particularly proud of another person, Donna Hanson. There she is. Yes, indeed. And she tells us here, with so much social noise, it's hard to know what's important and what's not. In the book, we cut through the noise and identify the what, why, and how of Klout, etc. And then we get cutting through the understanding the relevance and impact of Klout. Great work. So thank you very much for that. Well, let's take a look at what this thing is and how it affects you. People are making decisions right now on who to hire, who they're going to bring in as actors, as speakers, as authors, etc. For instance, let me give you a scenario. Let's suppose that you are the director or producer for a major Hollywood motion picture. Tens of millions of dollars, over $100 million is at stake on this picture. Hollywood's not doing as well. They've had several pictures this year that have not done as well as they'd like, and now the pressure is on you as the producer. They want you to know that your job, your opportunity to work for them again, is on the line. And now you've got to get a really good leading person for that role, for the main character. You've got three candidates, A, candidate B, and candidate C. They're all pretty good. They all have a good body of work. They've had a few failures. They've had some really good successes. You've got to choose which one to go with. Well, it can be perplexing trying to figure out how. And that's where Klout comes in, because Klout gives a measure from 0 to 100 on how you rank in social media, how much influence you have online. If character A has a Klout of, say, 20, character B, Klout of maybe 40, 50, and the other one has 80 number as Klout. You're going to look at all those factors weighed in, and Klout is going to be a deciding factor for you. It's one of the things that goes into the mix. Someone with an 80 has more influence and will probably draw more people to the box office. This is where Klout comes in and what really matters right now, because what Klout is about is influence and finding out who is more influential. But in addition to that, it has a lot more ramifications for you and me as well. Right now, a high Klout score can lead to better customer service. Companies are looking at, and many are using now, a Klout indicator when someone calls in. Not only do they know who it is and where you are and how much business you've done, but how high your Klout score is. Those with a higher Klout score will have more influence. Therefore, they are treated even better. Klout is a way to measure when you step on the scales and you're thinking, oh my goodness, what am I doing here? Klout measures how you're doing as you go through and do the work in the digital world. Right now, they're doing it by gathering billions of data points every day across 200 million influencers or more. And they're finding key variables of where you stand. Here's an example of where it matters. It was profiled in Wired magazine just a little while ago, what Klout really does. A man was trying for a particular job at a marketing agency. He had a very good background, good skills, everything lined up real well. At the end of the interview, they looked over and said, oh, by the way, what's your Klout score? And he said, I don't know. What is Klout score? So they quickly sat down, looked it up, and found out he had a Klout score of 34. Well, that was not a real good thing to have in the area of marketing and advertising, and I would say, and public speaking too, professional speaking. And it means that they wondered about that. They ultimately ended up hiring someone with a Klout score of 68. Again, all other things being equal, Klout score can make a difference. And that's where we need to know what it is and how we can make it work a little bit better. Here's an important quote. The reason for this priority is pretty basic. Even in the 21st century, word of mouth is the best advertising. So you see, no company wants a bad customer experience amplified by someone influential on Twitter or Facebook. They want to make sure that you are able to draw influence in. When a meeting planner brings in a speaker, all other things being equal, a Klout score can be the tiebreaker. And increasingly, it's becoming that. And right now, companies are saying, hey, this is the way to market as well. Because, for instance, now we're seeing, some of you might remember the video called United Breaks Guitars. United Breaks Guitars was from a band from Canada who put this together, and they talked about bad experience that they had with it. Well, that went out, and it decisively made a big effect on United and their stock price. And people that turned away from United, it had a dollars and cents effect because they went out and did something on the internet. Well, companies are now realizing they can use this to their advantage. Chevrolet went out and found those who were very influential with cars and with a love of the environment. And they decided to go ahead and give them a perk. Those with a high Klout score received the Chevrolet for a weekend, a long weekend. And they were able to then, if they wanted to, write something about it, good or bad. Chevy did not put any pressure on them to write anything or to make it good or bad. Getting those perks can make a big difference. Just recently, here in the States, American Airlines gave a full day in their Admirals Club to everyone that would apply and just ask for it if you had a Klout score of 55 or higher. That meant that you got a full day there, no matter who you were flying, in their Admirals Club. Here's another example. Audi did this with their A8. Same type of thing for those that had a higher Klout score. They gave them the use of the vehicle for the weekend. Oh, and here's something near and dear to speakers' hearts. Hotels are now using this. When you check in, They see who you are and what your Klout score is. Oh, you've got a high Klout score? Let's upgrade you for no extra charge to one of our suites, because they know that people with a higher Klout score are going to talk more about this. They're going to be very vocal, and they want lots of good press. So this is where we are today. Klout score matters. It helps you to evaluate how you're doing as well. Klout will help you to determine what's going on. And from a business point of view, I kind of like to think of it like you're out at sea in a stormy ocean, and Klout is the lighthouse, the beacon that helps you to see where you should be and what to do. One quick way that it does that, those of you that are using Klout right now, go over to klout.com and notice in your profile some of your Klout moments. That will show you those particular activities that you have done that generate more Klout juice, that get more attention, that show you what you're doing and increase your influence online. Klout can be used for that, and that's the biggest way that we can use it as speakers. It can give you influence, and by the way, you can also give Klout points to someone else by giving them a plus K, by saying, hey, I like this person, and they're really good in this category. Helping them on that lets them be encouraged to help you as well. So a Klout score that you want to aim for, 60 or above, will put you in the top 95%. You want to do it, and the most important thing to do is to engage. Engage with people. It's not a matter of broadcasting and sending out a message. Instead, it's a matter of you connecting with people, responding to what they have to say, primarily on Twitter and on Facebook. Although other platforms, other networks are recognized too. Twitter and Facebook are the two biggies. And if you are active there, you're going to be able to do a whole lot more. And so to go even deeper on that, to show you some other capabilities, I'm going to bring up Gina Carr, who is going to help you on some specifics on that as well. So give us a round of applause for Ms. Gina Carr as I roll the microphone over to her.
Hello, hello. Good to be with you guys. Thanks so much. And Terry has done a great job of setting the stage and explaining basically what Klout is. And you know, another analogy that I like to make is it's sort of like a public credit score. So for the internet. So you don't want people seeing your credit score, but if everybody's going to see it, you want to make sure it's good. So if you have a Twitter account right now, you automatically have a Klout score. And if you didn't know that, your Klout score is probably not too good right now. So you want to go over and connect those networks, and just by doing that, it will improve your score. I did want to tell you that if you want a copy of these links, copy of this presentation and the slides that we're using, you could go to getklout.com, and we will download that and make that available to you. So I'm going to go through some more information and give you some links. So rather than have to copy it down furiously, you might want to just go do that. So what does Klout count? We've already figured out that yes, it's important to have a good Klout score. So what is a good Klout score? These are the different components, the different networks that Klout is counting right now. You can see all of these right now: Wikipedia, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Google+, Klout, Bing, LinkedIn, and Foursquare. Of those, the ones that matter the most right now with their algorithm, they have Wikipedia, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I'm going to talk about some ways to improve your scores using these. The easiest one is Instagram. And so let me just tell you, on Instagram right now, the main thing you can do is start using it. If you're not already using it, you sign up for an account, it's free. You start using that to take your photos. That's a big change that I've made just in my processes of what I do. Instead of taking it directly from Facebook or taking it from a different iPhone app, I now use Instagram for a lot of my photos. I share directly to Facebook and Twitter, and that counts a lot for Klout score. Wikipedia, if you qualify for a Wikipedia page, it can help your Klout score a lot. It can boost your Klout score between 5 and 15, 20 points or so. To get a Wikipedia page, you have to be very noteworthy. my company is doing Wikipedia pages for people now, and so we're helping a few folks. Speaker over here in the States, some of you might know Mary Kelly. We just helped her get one. Many of you might know Steve Rizzo, former comedian, and we helped him get a Wikipedia page also. The big deal there is, again, that you have to be noteworthy. And that means that you need to have been written up and featured in articles or TV shows, prominent media. So if you qualify for that, or if you're wondering if you qualify for that, you can just send me a note, gina@ginacarr.com, and I can tell you more about that. Let's talk about Twitter. Now, what Klout counts for Twitter mainly is retweets and @replies, or when your name is mentioned in a tweet. What are some ways to get more tweets? You know, there's a lot of articles written. I'm going to show you some things that are really more speaker based. Here's Steve Rizzo's a client of mine. Work with him on his social media. One way to get more retweets and tweets that mention you is to set it up so that it's easy for people to do. So in this case, we're marketing his book, but you could use that for an event or just really anything that you want to promote. We go ahead and make the tweets out, including his hashtag and his Twitter handle, and make it. This is an embed tweet function there that we've used in a WordPress. It's a WordPress plugin, embed tweet. And so people can just easily tweet right there because we've put it all together what we want them to tweet. Another tool that I like to use, and this is part of, it's another WordPress plugin that I use on my blog. It's called Click to Tweet. Click to Tweet is a WordPress plugin, and it allows you to take one of your quotes from your articles on your blog, turn it into a pull quote, and you automatically put a little tweet, click to tweet is really what it is in there, and so you can tweet that, and you want to make sure that you'd use your Twitter handle to get more Twitter juice and more Klout juice. A couple of programs that I like to use that help me automate some of my functions on Twitter are ifttt.com, which is ifthisthenThat.com, and Hootsuite. Hootsuite allows you to do some automatic and schedule some tweets in advance. And the if this then that allows me to do these special things like right now I do, here are some great speakers. And this just comes out every week. I set it and forget it. And some tweets that are going to get retweeted a lot with my friends. One way to get more tweets is to have a really nice Twitter landing page. When someone comes, you want them to follow you. And here's an example of Heather Lutzy here in the States, and she's an NSA member, and she has a very nice layout for her Twitter. Okay. Now, what Klout doesn't count, they don't count if you have just a lot of followers. The followers have to be engaged. They don't count just broadcast from you. Those broadcast tweets need to be retweeted or people need to interact. So it's what you do publicly, and it's the interaction that counts more than just any kind of broadcasting. And anything you're doing privately, the direct messages, those don't count. So the other major network that Klout counts is Facebook. And the main things it counts are your likes, comments, and wall posts. I'm going to give you some tips as a speaker, things that you can do to increase your likes, comments, and wall posts. Again, this is Steve Rizzo. What we've done here is we've taken a basic nice photo post and again promoting him and his book, and we've taken a testimonial or an endorsement that was given by a prominent business leader here in the States, the president of La Quinta Inns. Said a nice thing about the book. We put that on a nice graphic and share that on his Facebook page. Terry mentioned Randy Gage earlier. I think a lot of you know him. Great guy. This is an example, just pulling a simple quote from his book. Picture of the book, picture of him. Always include your website at the bottom in nice small letters. That gets a lot of good Klout juice and gets shared a lot. Okay, I really like to set up a testimonial album on Facebook, and these do get shared, and it's a great way for you to bring testimonials that you get, especially on LinkedIn, a way to bring them over to Facebook. So I just set up an album that says testimonials, what people are saying about me. And so these are different people, and I just copy and paste the direct testimonial that I already received on LinkedIn, add the person's title and website, and then a picture, and I put that together there. Okay, here's another way to display your credentials and get good Facebook juice, which is good Klout juice, is to display the companies that you've done work for. Get their logos and put a little bit about what you did for them. Couple of quick ninja tricks here for raising your Klout score. Okay, you see my little cartoon there. Not sure if the girl likes me or just tweets to improve her Klout score. If you have a high Klout score, interacting with people who have high Klout scores or higher than you will help your Klout score. Another way to be consistent on your social media, so consistency really counts a lot on Klout, is to have a checklist that you use for every time that you do a blog post for your distribution. So you probably can't see the fine print on this, but basically we've just made a list of, okay, we're going to post to Facebook, post to Twitter, create a bunch of extra tweets for this, post to all these different sites, and then we just have some notes about what to do there, and have the where we go down and check what it is. Check off that we've done it so that it's real consistent. A tool that I love to use is called Rapportive, Rapportive. This works inside Gmail and allows me to tweet right from Gmail, to share Facebook posts of the people that I'm sending emails to. Buffer App, Buffer, app.com is another tool that I really love for scheduling content that I find on the internet, as well as sharing from my own blogs. There's the ifttt.com again. Okay, so one of the real tricks to getting a high Klout score is to consistently produce great content that people want to share. And as Terry told you earlier, and as one of his heroes likes to say, you want to engage. So I hope that that's been helpful in telling you something that you could do. We're going to take questions now. And just a quick reminder of kloutmatters.com is a place where you can engage with us. If you go to that site, you can see a place where you can join our Facebook group. We have a Facebook group where we're talking about Klout, answering questions, giving advice, and that will allow you to connect with us there. And we'd love to see you there. So kloutmatters.com, and join the Facebook group. You'll see the icon on the right. With that, Donna, would you like to give us some questions from the group?
Absolutely. Thanks for that, Gina. We had a little bit of problem with the audio, but I think we're okay. So
next time we get lots of bandwidth.
Going to see, in fact, I'm going to mute myself for just a moment while I check here in our group to see if we've got any questions. Have we got anybody online who has a question as well? If you do, pop it in the. Okay, we've got somebody with their hand up. So let's have a look here. Lindsay Adams, now there's a surprise.
Hello there, Lindsay.
She has a question. Let me see if I can unmute Lindsay. Okay, go Lindsay.
Hey Terry, I'm really keen to know how you get that wonderful hairstyle.
It is a good one, I recommend, and you don't even have to be a banana bender to do it. It's kind of nice.
Klout? I mean, I have a very similar hairstyle. I'm thinking it's got to be worth something.
It does. It's an extra perk that you get in life when you have it that way.
So when's the book out, guys?
Book is scheduled for October, and you can go to amazon.com.au and be able to place your order now for it as well.
Oh, excellent. And what are you charging for it?
The book will be $18.95 US, so I'm sure that means it's probably about a nickel Australian.
That's a bargain. I'll order a dozen. Everyone else should too.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks for that, Lindsay.
Thank you, Liz.
We've got a couple more questions online. John, I'm just going to open up the line for you so you can talk to Terry and Gina.
Hello, John.
I'm not sure if that's me. Is that me on?
We're hearing your a voice.
Oh, okay, mate. No, it wasn't a question so much. It's just to say, really enjoying the webinar.
Well, thank you.
Before, so it's quite amazing. That's all I wanted to say, mate.
Thank you.
Well, thank you very much.
And likewise with Terry, I look forward to putting an advance order in on the book. Definitely.
Well, thank you. I'd give you a kiss, but that's all right. I'll let some other lady do that for you.
Plenty of head there. I could kiss too, mate.
There you go.
There's a link at Amazon. There's a link at cloutmatters.com for the Amazon also.
Thanks, mate. Thank you. Thank you.
Terry, we have one more question that I'm going to take, or one hand up from Catherine Palin Brinkworth. So just opening up the line.
Catherine, hello there.
Hello, Terry.
Nice to hear from you.
And lovely to see you, Gina. And I look forward to connecting in person soon as possible. You've opened my eyes a little today. I have a Klout score, I think. I keep getting told that I do. But I've always been told it really wasn't that important. Just focus on doing what you do. Do your tweets. Keep your Facebook page up to date. I'm in the top 1% worldwide of LinkedIn. God knows how that happens. I just do what I do. And people have said, don't worry about Klout. It can be a distraction. Just do what you do. You've opened my eyes a little this morning to some of the reality around it in terms of profiling. Do you want to comment any more on that before we wind up?
Yeah.
Well, it's much like, we showed the bathroom scale, and somebody could say, well, if you just eat healthy and exercise, you don't need to worry about a bathroom scale. You're going to be fine. But it's helpful to have a bathroom scale because what you're doing, you can't always tell just by doing. You don't want to be too focused on it. But it's a good gauge. So as much as it's important for others to be evaluating you, and they will be, it's, more and more as time goes on, it's also just important for you to use it as a gauge to measure your own activity.
Yeah. Look at it as a way to determine, are you being a good social media citizen? Are you doing what works and what is good to do in social media, on Twitter, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, and others? LinkedIn will count toward your Klout score. So make sure those are linked. Do a few things, and then you'll find an enormous benefit, and ultimately bottom line benefit, if you do Klout right, in the right way.
Okay, guys, I've got one more online, and I apologise, Wanda, I dropped you out before, so I'm going to open up the line to you, and then what I'm going to do is take some questions from here at the venue. So, Wanda, over to you. Okay, I've got Wanda there, but Wanda, we can't, you're self-muted, so you need to unmute yourself.
Well, to just let it out there. Just release it, girl. Release that. I say to you now, release it, loose it, or something like that.
Okay, just a second. She's popped her question in. I'm just
A question has popped in.
picking the question up.
I feel it. Oh, there it is. I got it right here.
I don't have a question.
Oh.
Okay, thank you, Wanda, for not having a question. Just bear with me a second here, guys. Do we have any questions at our end in Melbourne for today's session? We have a wonderful question from Winston Marsh. He wants to know what activity should we be doing when we're time poor, because he knows that Terry and Jeannie, you're both prolific tweeters. So do you have any suggestions for everybody on the call today?
One of the things I would do is say, first of all, realize it's very important. We have to do it. That's where our world is today. And much like years ago and even now, it's important to be involved in physical meetings. You got to get up and you get dressed and you go to the meeting to see people. You know that helps your business. Today, social media is where you need to be. We learned a lot when we went out to Klout headquarters. We met with their top officials. And one thing that really impressed me was what Joe Hernandez does. Joe Fernandez is the co-founder and CEO of Klout. He takes time throughout the day, just a little bit here, a little bit there, to answer tweets on Twitter, to send out a notice on Facebook, take a picture of that. He's doing a little bit here and there. Think of it like grabbing a few snacks and eating healthy snacks throughout the day. You stay healthy that way. Block in time so that you can do it, but realize it is an important priority today. It's no longer something that's just fun and games. It really is serious.
Terrific. Just hang on a sec. I'm getting another question.
Yeah, we can do a lot of big work on Facebook and work on Twitter, which is what I do. How important is it to have them connected so they're connected to each other?
Okay, Danielle Story, the Victorian chapter president, wants to know how important is it to have things like Facebook and Twitter connected to your Klout score? As in the platforms.
Oh, as in the platforms, absolutely connect everything you can connect to Klout. That's important. So it doesn't hurt you if you have platforms connected that you're not very active on. Connect them all. And although we showed you the ones today that count for the score and the ones that count the most, there are some that we didn't go over that Klout will allow you to connect, and go ahead and connect those, because that's a good thing to do.
Terrific.
Oh,
One more question.
let me add to that something that's very important. It's going to give you the option of Facebook personal profile or Facebook business page. I encourage most of you to connect Facebook personal profile. It will give you a much better Klout score than Facebook business page.
Yeah, very
Okay,
important.
good advice. One more question, Travis?
Those with that high Klout score, how automated, how preset are their tweets, Facebook?
Those that are with a high Klout score, how scheduled and how regular are their, how automated are their tweets and posts?
Sometimes they will automate sending out a few messages, but they always will engage. That's the mistake that some people make, the biggest mistake, I think. People think they're going to just broadcast a bunch of things out and it'll be okay, or get a lot of Twitter followers. Your number of Twitter followers does not count toward Klout score. The number of friends that you have on Facebook does not count. What does count is how much people react to and how much you engage with others. In other words, you're responding when someone says they like it or they mention you, you come back with, hey, thank you very much. Or you positively respond to what they're talking about, or you engage with people that way. That's what matters most. And we see from those that are doing very well and getting high Klout scores, they take the time, the effort, and sometimes the money in order to be there with people on social media and to take care of what needs to be done in social media.
Okay, more questions to come.
So in our social media posts, we focus solely on our area of expertise.
So in your social media posting, should we focus solely on our area of expertise? That's from Winston.
I think predominantly you want to do that, but you also, in social media, want to show people that you're a human being. So for instance, if you go to the beach one day, a few pictures on that is appropriate, let's say, for instance, in Facebook or at Twitter. If you notice, hey, I just ate at a really good restaurant last night. It was really good at the corner of 4th and Main. You need to swing by and go to Terry's restaurant. Put that in there. It lets people know you're a human being, and it's part of social media, being a human being. And we lay out some things in the book on how to do that, how to know what to do, what not to do in there. But it's most important that you go through and show people that you are human. Gina?
For you, Winnow, specifically, posts about your dogs, about your cat, about your biking, all those things will generate a lot of Klout juice, especially on Facebook. That'll really help your score.
Yeah, we want to know about Shawnee and Millie and how they're doing.
You might tell them that the dogs do their own posting.
Winston says the dogs do their own posting.
That makes sense. They're very smart.
They are Labradors.
They are very smart, yes, indeed.
Do we have any other questions? Yeah.
You know, technically one Klout, which is like those
Does Klout measure things like